Told you, fine people, we would be doing the preview tonight, and here we are. We have 14 games on the schedule tomorrow. 14. We have 3 of them that are early. So if you're in Europe and you're like, I don't feel like staying up all night today, you don't have to. In fact, they're going to serve up a pretty solid game for you guys to start with. It's the Vancouver Canucks in against the Washington Capitals at a game that starts at 9:30 in the morning, my time, 12:30 in the afternoon for people on the East Coast. So that's pretty early start time. 11-8-4 is Vancouver's record, and the record for Washington is 16-4-4. Washington's been fantastic. If not for the run by the Islanders, we would be talking a lot more about the Capitals. That being said, over their last 10, Vancouver's 3-5-2. They're coming off of that big power play win over Nashville, so their power play scored 5 goals, so tomorrow they'll score nothing. That seems to be the pattern. Away from home, they're 6-6-1. So if they can maintain a .500 record away from home, that'll be nice. That being said, this is the East Coast swing. We know how East Coast swings worked for Vancouver last year. Let's see if they can avoid that this year. Over their last 10, Washington is 7-2-1, and at home they are 6-2-3. So pretty solid at home. Although they're better on the road than they are at home. Their road record's fantastic. Now, over their last 5 games, remember the stats you see on the board over the last 5 games. Pettersson, 3 goals, 4 assists for the Canucks. Besser, 2 goals, 3 assists. Horvat, 2 goals, 2 assists. Josh Levo has 3 helpers. Thank you, Toronto. On the blue line, Quinn Hughes, 5 assists. And Edler, 1 goal, 3 assists. In net, Markstrom's 1-2 with an .880 save percentage. Demko 1-0-1 with an .867 save percentage. Those seem really, really low, but they've had some rough games. On the Washington side, Ovechkin's got 2 goals in their last 5 games. Kuznetsov, 2 goals, 2 assists. Tom Wilson, 1 goal, 1 assist. Boyd, 1 goal and 2 assists. On the blue line, Carlson with 6 helpers. And Orlov doesn't have any points over their last 5 games, so he's due for one. In the net, Holtby's 3-1 with a .924 save percentage in their last 5 games. Samsonov in the last 5, he's been on the roster, 0-1-1 with a .905 save percentage. Because, of course, that equals 6 games between he and Holtby. So it would seem the daily face-off says, all right, the last 5 games you've been on the roster, how many have you scored? So this is a nice way to start the day. Next up, Calgary and Philadelphia. This one starts at 1 o'clock Eastern, so a half an hour after this one gets going, which means as the first period winds down here, we'll be getting into the meat and potatoes of the first period in this one. So for Calgary, they have no room for error. 10-12-3, they've played 25 games. They've played more games than everybody else. And that's really tricky when you're behind a lot of other teams. Whereas Philadelphia is 11-7-4. They're coming off of a big win in Carolina, and they're trying to see if that momentum's something they can maintain. Over their last 10, Calgary's 3-6-1. Away from home, they're a woeful 4-9-1. They're coming off that 5-0 drubbing they took from St. Louis last night. This could be a rough one. In their last 10, the Flyers are 5-2-3. At home, 6-1-3. So the Flyers have only lost 1 in regulation so far this season at home. They are excellent at home. Calgary's got their work cut out for them. Over their last 5 games, Matthew Tkachuk with 1 assist. Monahan, a goal and an assist. Lucic has 1 assist, which is more than Lindholm, who has 0 points in their last 5 games. Hanifin also stuck at 0s in their last 5 games. And Shillington has 1 assist on the blue line. In net, Riddick's 0-3 with an .875 save percentage. Talbot's 0-2 with an .882 save percentage. It's a rough time for Calgary. We'll see if they can turn it around. On the Philly side, Giroux, 3 goals, 2 assists in their last 5 games. Konechny, 4 assists. Van Riemsdyk, no points. That surprises me, although James Van Riemsdyk does tend to be kind of streaky. Couturier with a goal and an assist in their last 5 games. Provorov, 2 goals, 2 assists. Gostisbehere, a Ghost, he does tend to have hot and cold as well, and more cold than hot so far this season. In net, Hart's 0-2-1 in their last 5 with a .904 save percentage. Elliott's 1-0-1 with a .924 save percentage. Hart's overdue for a good game. Calgary, you're in it. The best thing Calgary can do tomorrow would be to score early. Score early, make Philadelphia doubt themselves. If Philadelphia scores early on Calgary, this one could be out of hand quickly. All right, moving along. Arizona will be in LA. This is the last of the matinee games. This is on at 1 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock Eastern, so 1 o'clock my time is Pacific. Arizona, pretty solid record, 13-8-2. LA is 9-12-1. They're very good at home. So over their last 10, Arizona's 5-4-1. Away from home, they're 7-3-2. LA, on the other hand, 5-4-1 in their last 10 as well. At home, they are 7-4. So when we look at where these teams are right now, they're in very different places. Arizona very happy about their season. LA not. But again, 7-4 at home. If they can get some wins on the road, if they can keep up that home record being the way it is, if they can win this game tomorrow against Arizona, we may start talking about LA being better. And it is worthy of note that since they told Kovalchuk, don't call us, we'll call you, their records got a lot better. Dvorak in their last 5 games, Coyotes on the board now. 4 assists for Dvorak in their last 5 games. Garland, 3 goals and an assist. Keller, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Phil Kessel has 3 assists for Arizona in their last 5 games. On the blue line, Demers and Goligoski are overdue for points. Both of them are batting 0 over their last 5 games. Darcy Kemper's 2-1 with a .952 save percentage. That's insane. And Antti Raanta 1-1 with a .954 save percentage. So it's remarkable that they're 3-2 in their last 5 games, and both of their goalies are saving more than 95% of their shots faced. That's kind of a crazy total. On the LA side, Kopitar 3 goals, 4 assists in their last 5 games. Carter 3 goals, 2 assists. He's really woken up over the last few games. I think hitting that 1,000 game mark rejuvenated him. Toffoli 2 goals and an assist. Amadio with a goal and 2 assists. Doughty, a goal and 5 assists on the blue line. Walker with a goal and 2 assists. In net, Jonathan Quick has 4 wins in their last 5 games, a .934 save percentage. Jack Campbell, 1 loss and an .889 save percentage. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Jonathan Quick starting tomorrow because he has been the better goaltender. And Arizona, don't get into a slump. They've got to come back from that loss to Toronto last night, and they've got to go into LA and beat a team that they should beat now that they're one of those teams that has teams they're supposed to beat. They're not a bottom feeder anymore. Moving on to the last one on this board. This is the first of 4 boards we're going to have today. 9-11-2 Minnesota in against 14-3-5 Boston. Now I'm breaking one of my rules by wearing a Boston jersey in a preview. I don't normally do this, but I thought, you know what, I'll give it a shot. I haven't worn the Winter Classic in a while. And since the stadium jerseys appear to have leaked and they're both interesting, I'm going to wait till the official reveal from Adidas, but they're both interesting. I wanted to show off one that actually was a really nice Winter Classic from last year by Boston. Good job. And Chicago's, when we look at what they're trucking out there this year in both the Winter Classic and in the stadium, I was probably too harsh on them. Now, that being said, over the last 10 games, Minnesota's 5-3-2. They're getting better. Minnesota away from home is 4-10, which is miserable, but there's been some good results, some encouraging results lately for them. Boston, on the other hand, they're 5-2-3 in their last 10, but at home they're 8-0-4. They haven't lost in regulation. So yeah, the fact I'm wearing a Bruins jersey, it's a big old fat target, and they're probably going to lose. But this is the first of the evening games that we're looking at. This one's starting, of course, at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. In their last 5 games, Zach Parise, 4 goals and an assist. Mikko Koivu with 4 helpers. Greenway, 2 goals and an assist. Eriksson Ek with 3 helpers. On the blue line, Suter with 3 assists. Dumba with a goal and an assist. In net, again, over their last 5 games, Stalock 2-0 with a .948 save percentage. Devin Dubnyk 2-1-1 with a .913 save percentage. On the Boston side of things, Marchand, 4 goals, 4 assists in their last 5 games. I'm going to do another Marchand video at some point soon because I have some interesting perspective on Marchand. Because I do get asked, like, how can you cheer for a team with Marchand on it? I have no problem answering that. Krejci with 6 assists in their last 5 games. Coyle, 2 goals and 3 assists. Heinen with 4 assists. On the blue line, McAvoy with 3 helpers. Grzelcyk, 2 goals and 2 assists. Tuukka Rask, a 3-0-1 record over their last 5 with a .927 save percentage. Halak, 1 loss past regulation, so 0-1 record for him. .955 save percentage in the games he's appeared in. I could see an upset here. Kind of sort of hoping in a roundabout way we don't, but we'll see. Minnesota, it looks like, is coming back. LA, it looks like coming back. A lot of the bottom feeders, we may end up with some really true parity this year in the NHL after all. That being said, I now have to change boards. Here we go. Rangers in against the Montreal Canadiens. So at the same time, we're going to have all 4 of these games. That game that I just previewed for you guys. And yeah, there's 2 more behind there. So that's 7 games starting at the exact same time tomorrow. That's where things get tricky. And that's where I don't stress myself out anymore. I'm like, I'm one person. Just going to let it go. So the Rangers in against Montreal. The Rangers coming off of that loss tonight. They're 9-9-2 now. And Montreal's 11-6-5. They're coming off of a couple of rough losses as well, including against Ottawa. So both of these teams have been humbled by Ottawa recently. Now, over their last 10, the Rangers are 5-4-1. Away from home, they're 3-5 now. Whereas Montreal, they're 5-2-3 in their last 10. And at home, they're 6-3-2. So more comfortable at home than on the road, but not by a lot. Montreal, pretty competitive no matter where they're playing. But without Drouin and Byron, it looks like the numbers are dipping for them. We'll see if they can turn that around tomorrow night against a team that should be tired and second-guessing themselves a bit after that Ottawa game. Panarin, 3 goals, 4 assists for the Rangers in their last 5 games. Strome, a goal and 2 assists. Kakko, 3 goals, 2 assists. Kreider with a goal and an assist. On the blue line, DeAngelo with a goal and an assist. Trouba with a goal for them, and that was from tonight. Now in net, I had to make an exception here, so I use usually daily face-off for the numbers over the last 5 games, 10 games. They're very reliable for that. But as they haven't been able to update since the games ended, of course, I had to put these numbers together myself from NHL.com. And so with goaltenders, rather than try to figure out the last 5 games, I'm just going to put up their total records after tonight's games. For they and the Devils, I'm doing that exclusively. Lundqvist is now 5-5-1 with a .909 save percentage. Georgiev 4-4-1 with a .906 save percentage. Lundqvist has really been excellent this season. His numbers don't show it, but he's been very good. On the Montreal side of things, Tatar, 2 goals and 4 assists in their last 5 games. Suzuki, 3 goals and 1 assist. Lehkonen with a goal. Kotkaniemi does not have a point. They really need him to step up and start scoring. And I like the kid a lot. I still think, yeah, he'll break through. It's not a big deal. He's been cold, but he's going to break through. We'll see. Weber, a goal and 3 assists on the blue line, and Sherratt with 3 helpers. Over their last 5, Kincaid's 0-0-1 with a .907 save percentage. Carey Price, 2-1-1 with a .903 save percentage. So both goalies probably wishing their numbers were a little bit better. But in general, Montreal still looks pretty good. They've just had a couple of rough games. I do expect them to bounce back. Next up, Anaheim in against Tampa. And I don't know if I expect Anaheim to bounce back. They're now 10-10-3. And Tampa's 10-7-2. So far, Anaheim, when challenged with this situation where they may have more regulation losses than they have wins, they've been able to fight this off. I don't know if they can tomorrow night against Tampa. And for Tampa, looking for consistency. We need some consistency from the Lightning. Over their last 10, Anaheim's 3-4-3. Away from home, they're 4-6-1. Over their last 10, Tampa's 5-4-1. At home, they're 4-2-1. So Tampa has not had very many games at home so far this year. We will see if that helps them tomorrow night. Over their last 5, Rickard Rakell, 2 goals, 3 assists for the Ducks. Getzlaf, a goal and 4 assists. Silverberg, 2 goals, 2 assists. And Andre Kasha with a goal and 3 helpers. On the blue line, Josh Mahura with 1 goal. Gooley doesn't have a point. He's been prominent in the games he's played for Anaheim, just hasn't had a point in those 5 games he's played. In net, Gibson 1-2-1 with an .885 save percentage. I discussed his struggles in the news video today. We'll see if he can turn it around tomorrow, if he does get the call, or if it's Miller. Miller's 0-0-1 with an .889 save percentage in their last 5 games. On the Tampa side, Stamkos, providing he plays, he has 2 goals and 4 assists in their last 5 games. Tyler Johnson with 1 helper stands out because if Stamkos doesn't play, a guy like Johnson needs to step up and get some points. Cirelli, 3 goals, 3 assists. Yanni Gourde, 2 goals and 4 assists. On the blue line, Victor Hedman, 2 goals, 6 assists. Obviously, hearing all this Norris talk has woken him up in that he's not in the Norris talk and he wants to get back into it. Shattenkirk, a goal and 3 assists. In net, Vasilevsky, 1 win, 2 losses, .902 save percentage. McElhinney is 2-0 with a .935 save percentage. So, who saw that coming? McElhinney actually at this point outplaying Vasilevsky. It's a small sample size. I do expect Vasi to turn it around and get his numbers back up to where we would expect them to be. But Tampa's been so wildly inconsistent. We need that consistency from Tampa. Moving along. Detroit in against New Jersey. Oh, you know, with 7 games starting at the same time, everybody's going to want to watch this one. The 7-14-3 Detroit Red Wings in against the 7-10-4 New Jersey Devils. 2 teams fighting it out to see who's going to be at the bottom of the power rankings tomorrow night. I can feel it now. This is the battle for 31. Could be. One of them is 31 on the power rankings right now. Remember, I update them every day. Over their last 10, Detroit's 3-5-2. Away from home, they're 3-8-2. So that's not great. Now, New Jersey, over their last 10, they're 5-5. But at home, they're 3-4-4. They've only won 3 out of 11 at home. That's not good enough. That's not getting anywhere near the playoffs. So they need to win tomorrow. They need to bounce back from a loss tonight against Pittsburgh, where they looked kind of there. And I mean, Jari played great, but New Jersey can play better than that. At least I think they can. We may find out tomorrow what they've got. Now, Detroit, last 5 games, Tyler Bertuzzi with 4 goals, 2 assists. Mantha, 1 goal, 4 assists. Fabry, 1 goal, 4 assists. He's been quite the story for Detroit. Perlini with 1 helper. We're still waiting on Perlini to break through, to which Arizona and Chicago fans go, yep, you're waiting. On the blue line, Hronik, 2 goals, 2 assists. Cholowski with 1 goal and 1 assist. Bernier over their last 5 games is 1-1-1 with an .890 save percentage. Howard's 0-1-1 with an .857 save percentage. Now, on the New Jersey side, Palmieri, 1 goal, 1 assist in their last 5 games. Gusev, 1 goal and 2 assists. Simmons with 2 goals. Hischier with a goal and 3 assists. On the blue line, PK Subban stands out like a sore thumb right now, and not for good reasons. Subban is not a defensive dynamo, so when he's not scoring and when he's not putting up the offense, it really stands out. Butcher, a goal and an assist for him in their last 5 games. In net, and again, I had to do the same thing like I said with the Rangers, where because Daily Faceoff wouldn't have things updated, I had to compile this myself, and I just thought with the goalies, I'll just put their total record. Blackwood's now 7-6-3 with an .898 save percentage. Domingue, no record, but he didn't allow a shot to go in the net tonight after he went in, so he has a 1,000 save percentage. We'll see if he gets the start against Detroit. I would think yes. I would think Blackwood needs a bit of a rest. He seems to be kind of needing a bit of a break. We'll see what they do. And the last one on this board, and again, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, Florida in against Carolina in a battle between 2 teams that don't play 60 minutes. They play fantastic for 20 to 30 minutes, and they're a misadventure the rest of the time. And you know what? This could be the most entertaining game of the night. This could end up being 7-6, 7-5. It could end up being 1-0. We could see a ton. This is the most unpredictable game of the night. I was thinking, well, should I wear Carolina? No, I could wear Florida. And I thought, you know what? Just go put on your Boston jersey, because trying to predict this game, good luck. 12-5-5 is the record for Florida. 13-8-1 is the record for Carolina. In their last 10, Florida's 7-2-1. Their away record is 6-3-3. Keep in mind, 2 of those wins, they came back from 4-goal deficits. Carolina's known for blowing leads, coming from behind as well. They're 5-5 in their last 10, and at home they're 7-4. So your guess is as good as mine with that one. I'm not touching that one. Over their last 5 games, Barkov, 2 goals, 5 assists for Florida. Dadonov, 2 goals, 2 assists. Connolly, 4 goals, 2 assists. Hoffman with 3 goals and 3 helpers. On the blue line, Keith Yandel, 1 goal, 7 assists. And Matheson with 1 assist. Bobrovsky, good record, 3-1 in their last 5, but an .890 save percentage. Montembeault has 1 win and a 1,000 save percentage in his appearance. On the Carolina side of things, Dzingel, 1 goal, 3 assists in their last 5 games. Aho, 5 goals, 1 assist. Svechnikov, 3 goals and 5 assists, 8 points in 5 games. That's not bad. Wallmark, 1 goal, 3 assists. Hamilton, 2 goals and 3 assists on the blue line. Pesce with 4 helpers. In net, in their last 5 games, Mrazek, 3-1 with an .897 save percentage. And James Reimer, 1 win and a .914 save percentage over that period in time. So Florida and Carolina, that to me is where all the goals are going to happen. Just all the goals could end up happening right in here. And it could be just crazy. We could see 4-0 for Florida. Carolina comes back, scores 4 in a row. Florida wins in a shootout. We've seen some craziness from both of these teams. That being said, I now need to change boards. Okay, next up. Also starting at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. Winnipeg at home against Columbus, which means the game starts an hour earlier than Winnipeg is used to, and at the time where Columbus is used to games starting. Now, Columbus at 9-8-4, coming off of a close win over Detroit, whereas Winnipeg is 13-9-1. Winnipeg, it's been a crazy ride, but somehow their record is fantastic recently. Over their last 10, Columbus 4-4-2. Away from home, they're 3-3-3. It's a nice record. It's going to get broken because one of those has to be a 4 tomorrow night. On the Winnipeg side, over their last 10, Winnipeg is 7-2-1, and at home they're 5-5-1. Their struggles at home have been a problem, and we'll see whether or not they can really get their home record going, because on the road they're really, really good. It's at home where their record hasn't been as good. Over their last 5 games on the Columbus side, Dubois, 3 goals, 2 assists. Emil Bemstrom, 2 goals, 3 assists. He's one of those rookies that gets overshadowed by other rookies. Bjorkstrand, 1 goal, 3 assists. Atkinson, 1 goal, and 4 assists. On the blue line, Werenski, really woken up. 3 goals, 4 assists in their last 5 games. And Gavrikov, 1 goal and 1 assist. Noteworthy, and has been playing very well over the last couple of weeks. In net, Korpisalo's 3-1 over their last 5 with a .901 save percentage. Merzlikins with the 1 loss past regulation, so 0-1 record, .938 save percentage. On the Winnipeg side, Kyle Connor, 2 goals, 3 assists in their last 5 games. Patrick Laine also has 2 goals and 3 assists in their last 5 games. Roslovic with a goal and an assist, and Andrew Kopp, 3 helpers for them. On the blue line, Pionk and Kulikov stand out as guys who are lacking points, and one of them's going to have to get a point tomorrow, I would think. I think Pionk's due for a 2 or 3 point game. We'll see if it happens tomorrow against Columbus. Hellebuck, over their last 5, is 2-2 with a .910 save percentage. Brossoit has 1 win and a .919 save percentage. That save percentage is too low for Hellebuck. He's been fantastic. Don't let that number fool you. He's been fantastic over the last couple weeks. And I would think that against a team in Columbus that has had trouble scoring this year, Winnipeg could feast. This could be a really important game for Winnipeg, which it means, of course, they're going to end up losing the game. I do believe that my hockey powers extend just that far. All right. Throwaway comments usually turn out to be the big deal. All right, moving along. Toronto in against Colorado. Thought about wearing Toronto for this video too because, man, that game last night against Arizona, it felt big. It's only one game. It's just one game, and I understand that. But just the whole body language of that team. They're 10-10-4 now. They're in against the 13-7-2 Colorado Avalanche. Colorado has got to be smarting right now and ready to go out and kick some you-know-what. On the Toronto side, in their last 10, they're 4-5-1. On the road, they're 4-7. Over their last 10, Colorado's 5-5. Keep in mind, a lot of their top players have been out. And at home, they're 6-2-1. So they're pretty darn good at home. Toronto struggled away from home. We'll see how this turns out. Over their last 5 games, Austin Matthews, 2 goals and an assist. Tavares, a goal and 2 assists. Mikheyev, 3 assists. Spezza, 2 goals and 1 assist. Yes, Jason Spezza has the same number of points and goals in the last 5 games as Austin Matthews. On the blue line, Jake Muzzin with 3 helpers. Tyson Barrie, a goal and 2 assists. We'll see if he gets another goal tomorrow night against his former team. Anderson, 1-3 in their last 5 with a .915 save percentage. Kaskisuo, 0-1 with an .842 save percentage. It's got to be Freddie tomorrow night. Now on the other side of the ice, McKinnon, 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points in their last 5 games. Burakovsky, 5 goals and 3 assists. And there's Nazem Kadri. We'll see how this goes with Kadri against the Leafs. 1 goal, 2 assists. JT Compher with 3 assists. On the blue line, Makar, 3 goals and 5 assists for him in their last 5. And Cole with 1 helper from the blue line. In net, Grubauer 1-2 with a .915 save percentage over the last 5 games. He's been active. Francouz hasn't played in a while. We'll see who they go with. I don't think it really matters. I think really it's a matter of which Toronto Maple Leafs show up. The ones that looked rejuvenated with a new coach, or did they slide back into some old behaviors? Now we'll see if having a couple of days with the new coach and maybe some new practicing going on, maybe that'll make a difference. The one thing I noticed in that game between Toronto and Arizona, Sheldon Keefe seems to talk a lot more to the players than Babcock did. And he seemed to have a much more casual rapport with the players. So we'll see. And a lot of Marlies players are saying you'll go to war with this guy. You'll, jump on a grenade for this guy. So we'll see how things work out for Toronto. This is a very good litmus test against a pretty strong Colorado team even though they're missing a couple of star players. Moving along. Nashville. So the Nashville Predators need to get their defensive game together. They're going to get tested because tomorrow, starting at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, they're in St. Louis. And the Blues aren't going to have any pity for Nashville. No. Nashville's 9-9-3. St. Louis is 14-4-5. And St. Louis, their play hasn't been fantastic over, I would say, the last week or so. But they're still one of the elite teams in the NHL. They're still the defending Stanley Cup champions. And they're coming off of a 5-0 drubbing against Calgary. Now, I'm not going to say that they'll score 5 against Nashville, but look at Nashville's recent play. They may very well score at least 5 against Nashville. Nashville's 2-6-2 in their last 10. Away from home, they're 3-4-1. Over their last 10, St. Louis is 7-1-2, and at home they're 7-2-3. Last year, when St. Louis got off to that rough start, it was their home record that was their Achilles heel. They were terrible at home the first half of the season, and they had a very strong schedule in terms of a lot of home games. And then they went out on the road and they had some great road trips, and that's what started their comeback. This year, completely different story. St. Louis is really good at home, at least through 25 games of the season. On the 5 games for Nashville, the 5 most recent games for Nashville, Forsberg has 2 goals, Arvidsson 2 assists, Duchesne with a goal and 2 assists, Nick Bonino with 1 goal. On the blue line, Ellis has a helper, Matthias Ekholm has a helper. They could probably use some more offense from the guys I just mentioned. In net, Pekka Rinne 0-3 with a .768 save percentage in their last 5 games. Saros 0-1-1 with a .917 save percentage. So as I've been saying recently, this might be the time to make Rinne the backup and give Saros the net. I hate to say it, but Nashville's not in a position to potentially throw away a season. So you got to do what you got to do. On the St. Louis side of things, Braden Shen, 1 goal, 3 assists in their last 5 games. Perron, 2 goals and an assist. Zach Sanford, a goal and 4 assists. Sundqvist, 3 goals and 2 assists. Again, when guys get hurt, other guys step up. That's how St. Louis works. Dunn, 2 goals, and Bortuzzo with 1 helper. Bennington, 2-1-1 in their last 5 with a .942 save percentage, including that shutout against Calgary. Allen, 0-0-1 with a .923 save percentage. So the goaltending's been solid overall. St. Louis, I hate to say it, but they look like they did last year at the end of the year. All right, moving along. Chicago and Dallas. This one also starts at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. So at 5 o'clock, my time, there will be 9 games on at the exact same time. So that's where the fun starts, man. That's where it's just, all right, pick a game and just sit down and just relax. Flip around a little bit, but just relax. And this one's going to be a fun one. Chicago's 9-9-4. They're coming off that frustrating loss against Tampa, whereas Dallas 13-8-1, and everything's really coming up stars right now. Their last 10, Chicago's a strong 6-3-1. Away from home, they're 3-4-2. Dallas is 9-0-1 in their last 10. At home, they're 7-3-1. This is a confident Dallas team that all of a sudden can score. So, over their last 5 games, I decided to highlight guys for Chicago that are overdue for a goal. You've got Saad with 4 assists, DeBrincat with 4 assists, Shaw with 3 assists, and then Kirby Dach, who has 3 goals and 3 assists for 6 points. He was held off the score sheet in the last game, so he's due for a multi-point game against Dallas tomorrow. On the blue line, Seabrook with 2 goals and an assist in their last 5 games. Calvin DeHaan with 1 goal. In net, Crawford 2-1 with a .936 save percentage. Leonard 1-1 with a .932 save percentage for the Hawks. Goaltending is not an issue in Chicago. On the Dallas side, Jamie Benn, 4 goals and 3 assists. 3 game-winning goals in a row. Dowling, 3 game-winning goals in the last 3 games. Put it that way. Dowling, 3 goals and an assist for him in their last 5 games. Pavelski, 2 goals and 2 assists. And Corey Perry, he's come out of nowhere. He's got a goal and 4 assists in their last 5 games. I don't know how long this runs, but he's got the passing down. On the blue line, Heiskanen has come out of nowhere with this monster run recently. 2 goals and 6 assists for him. Sekera with 1 assist. But he's been prominent. He's been out there. He's been playing well, just not getting the points. In net, Bishop 3-0-0 with a .919 save percentage in their last 5. Hudobin 2-0-0 with a .943 save percentage. The scary thing is, Bishop isn't playing his best hockey right now. And yet, here we are. The Dallas Stars 9-0-1 in their last 10. And I say not his best because I've seen him play better. So, things for Dallas look pretty good. And that being said, I have to change boards for the last time. All right. Edmonton in against Vegas. This game starts at 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. And this could be a ton of fun. So Edmonton coming off of a really frustrating loss against the Kings. They're 14-7-3. Vegas coming off of what has to be a really frustrating loss against San Jose. They're 11-9-4. You got Zach Kassian on one side of the ice. You got Ryan Reeves on the other. I didn't put a Mortal Kombat sticker up there. But you know what? I could have been forgiven for throwing a Mortal Kombat magnet up on a Vegas game for 2 nights in a row. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say that Reeves and Kassian at some point tomorrow night are going to tangle up a little bit. They're not going to have a fight, but there's going to be a lot of going back and forth and a lot of insults being thrown back and forth between the two of them. Over their last 10 games, the Oilers are 5-3-2. Away from home, they're 7-5-1. On the Vegas side of things, they're 3-4-3 in their last 10. It is alarming. And at home, they're 6-4-3, which is also alarming. The Fortress, that first year was fantastic for them. Last year, it was still pretty darn good. This year, not as much of an advantage as it was. So it feels sort of like Vegas has come back to the pack. Tomorrow night, they can go out against the first place team, Oilers. Still feels weird, doesn't it? And, show something, and we'll see what happens. Both these teams coming off of losses, and they're going to have something to prove. First 5 minutes of this game could be crazy. Draisaitl has 2 goals and 8 assists in their last 5 games for the Oilers. Kassian with 3 goals. Kara with 3 goals. And James Neal with a goal and an assist. On the blue line, Ethan Bear with a goal and an assist. And Klefbom has 6 helpers. Klefbom, one of the most underrated defensemen in the National Hockey League right now. In net, Smith has a 1-2 record with an .843 save percentage in their last 5 games. Koskinen 1-0-1 with an .899 save percentage. On the Vegas side of things, William Karlsson, 4 goals and 3 assists in their last 5 games. Pacioretty, 2 goals and 4 assists. Mark Stone with 2 goals. Cody Glass, a goal and an assist. On the blue line, Nate Schmidt, 1 goal and 5 assists for him in their last 5 games. Shea Theodore with 3 assists. And in net, Marc-Andre Fleury, who I fully expect to be in this game as well. 2-1-1 with a .926 save percentage. And Malcolm Subban has an 0-1 record with an .840 save percentage in their last 5 games. So this could be a really, really good game and something really fun at the end of the night. Or it would be at the end of the night, if not for San Jose. So the Sharks, this one starts at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. The Sharks are at home against the Islanders. And the Sharks are 500. They got there. Now can they get above it? That's the trick. They're 11-11-1. They're at home against the 16-3-1 New York Islanders. It is an insane run the Islanders are off to. The fact that they're breaking records set by the Islanders in the 80s is crazy because the Islanders in the 80s had a lot of Hall of Famers, a lot of great players. That was a dynasty. That was a fantastic team. I'm old enough to remember them. That was the dynasty that was going on when I started watching hockey. So I know how good they were, and it is amazing to me this team is starting to flirt with their records. Over their last 10, they're 9-0-1. 16 games with at least a point. Away from home, they're 6-1. So on the road, it doesn't get any easier playing against them, being at home. Over their last 10, well, San Jose's 7-3, and at home they're 7-5. So things are picking up for San Jose, definitely. And when we look at the numbers over their last 5 games, Barzal, 3 goals, 5 assists. Nelson, 4 goals and 5 assists. Beauvillier, 6 goals and 2 assists. And Broussard with a goal and 8 assists. Those are 4 driving forces right there behind what we're seeing, including Broussard, who is a huge bargain, the contract signed by Lou Lamoriello this past summer. On the blue line, Pulock, a goal and 3 assists, and Devon Taves with 2 helpers. In net, Varlamov is 2-0-0. He has an .862 save percentage. Doesn't matter. They bailed him out. And Greiss, 3-0-0 with a .926 save percentage. He's been excellent. On the San Jose side of things, LeBanc, 2 goals and 2 assists. Meyer, 2 goals and 3 assists in their last 5 games. Couture, 2 goals and 7 assists. And Evander Kane also has 2 goals and 2 assists. A lot of depth scoring going on there. Not any one guy you can shut down with San Jose and think, all right, well, we got him beat. Goudreau's been pretty good lately, too. On the blue line, Šimik with 3 helpers. Vlasic with a goal and an assist in their last 5 games. Jones is 3-1. So if you look at his win-loss record, and if that's what your fantasy league goes for, Jones gets you wins. But if save percentage is a factor, he has an .876 save percentage over that same period. He's nowhere near 900. I don't think he's going to get to 900. And being against the Islanders, that could hurt it even further. Dell is 1-0-0. He got that big win in Vegas and had a .974 save percentage in that game. But Dell, his numbers were miserable going into that game, so it just brought him up from that. So there you go. You guys are all set for 14 games tomorrow. 14. It's a lot of hockey. And I'm going to do my best to watch as much as I humanly can with these two eyeballs and then bring you guys what I see, and we can discuss what happens tomorrow. First, the matinee games. That's a 3-game video that I will be doing first. And then the 11 games for the evening. And we'll see where we are in the power rankings after that second review is done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through and you just happened upon this video, because this channel is getting close to 128,000 subscribers. And that's thanks to everybody who has clicked that subscribe button. That being said, I'm done for now. I will talk to you again soon.